G'day guys, Gundam Rust back once again. Well guys, I'm so excited to be finally talking about this series, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel, and today we're going to be looking at my little collection within this series and talk about each of the games, having a look at the alternative covers that each of them have, and also having just a general chat on how I came about getting into this series. Now, The Legend of Heroes is a series of titles that have been out since 1989. It's quite a long time ago now, where it started with The Legend of Heroes Dragon Slayer, and the series have always been sort of like a traditional sort of JRPG. And some of you guys might know of the Trails in the Sky series being probably one of the most popular ones, and then you have obviously the Trails of Cold Steel collection, which has become popular with a lot more of the sort of modern RPG fans like myself. So this one here is the very first game that I have played within the Legend of Heroes series, and I'm super excited to say that I've played a couple of hours and I'm already in love with this game. So this one here is the first of 4 games within this Trails of Cold Steel series, and the 4th title will be coming out in the coming months. Now, something that has always drawn me into wanting to get into this series is just the beautiful anime art style. Now, you guys know I'm hugely into anime, obviously being Gundam Rust. I'm a big fan of Gundam, big fan of anime, and I've just loved the character design that I've seen across this particular series, and for some reason, I don't know why, I've just never got around to picking this up. Now, here in Australia, trying to find this particular game, Trails of the Cold Steel, in the wild is very hard to find, and thankfully I was able to get these 3 titles through Oz Game Shop, and I'm not trying to promote it or anything, but that was the only place I could actually pick up these particular titles, except for one back here, Trails of Cold Steel, which I did, number 3 that is, I got that at EB Games. Now, I'm only a couple of hours into this particular game, but I can already tell that I'm going to be hooked on this series. Just from the very get-go, with the awesome 3D rendered anime graphics, I was like, wow, this is something I'm thinking I'm going to really enjoy. But I wasn't going to get too excited until I got into the first sort of battle scenes. And guys, if you're anything like me who enjoys, traditional JRPGs or, those more tactical action RPGs, you're gonna absolutely love this. It's nothing new, nothing you haven't seen, but it just feels so familiar and so comfortable. If you're anything like me, you'll understand what I mean by that. But I just love this already. The characters so far are just so endearing. I just love the voice work. I've had a bit of a play around listening to both the sort of Japanese acting voices and English, and I can't say I like either or. They're both very good and enjoyable. The music that is composed within this game so far has been absolutely amazing, and there's this a really good mixture of sort of subtle relaxing sort of music with that intense sort of high action battle sort of music, which gets you really pumped for the battle. But this, from the get-go, I just always loved looking at this particular artwork style on this particular cover here with the Trails of Cold Steel, and it is absolutely gorgeous, I must say. Now, this one here has, when you just get that new book smell, it actually has a manual for this particular game, which isn't uncommon for games that are done by Falcom. And this one here has a particular alternative cover, which I'm going to switch around. So as you can see, both alternative covers within this title, absolutely gorgeous looking covers. and I cannot wait to do a review on this particular series and talk more about it in depth. The second title I have here is The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2, and this one here is a much more it's a less busy sort of cover. I don't particularly like it more than the first, but I don't dislike it any more than the first cover either. It's still got, you know, a lot of the main characters sprawled across the cover there. I absolutely love the detailed work here with the sort of airship on the front here of the actual disc, and again we have that beautiful new book smell with a great cover in here, and it sort of talks about some of the different characters, talking about one of the characters, or actually I probably won't say that's what it actually says, but it says about a character being back, which might be a little bit of a spoiler, I apologise. And then inside we have the alternative cover, which I honestly think I prefer over the the standard cover, and I think that's probably going to be the one that I change to when I put it away in the shelf. And then we have, let's pop that to the side, we have Trails of Cold Steel 3. Now this one here is the Australian edition, and this one here was done by NIS America. Now I don't know whether Falcom had done a third title which came with the instruction manual, so if any of you guys know out there if it did, please let me know, because I probably will look at buying it again just for the fact it has that instruction manual, and I might look at, you know, using this as a trade piece. But I really like this artwork. It's a much more sort of modern artwork here. For some reason I get Star Ocean vibes of this particular cover. I don't know why, but I just do. And then inside there's a bit of boring paperwork, but this one is really cool. There is a missing disc out of here, which is the soundtrack. So this one was the early enrollment edition that came with the soundtrack. So saying that, I might not get rid of this, because I don't know whether if there is a Falcom edition of this particular game, whether it did or did not come with their soundtrack. But this one here has an alternative cover too, which we'll check out. Out of all of the covers, I would probably have to say that I would go with the Trails of Cold Steel, sort of the traditional first cover here would probably be my favourite out of the three. I'd love to know from you guys what your favourite cover out of the three titles are. But yeah, I'm super excited to continue my journey with the Trails of Cold Steel, Legend of Heroes, and seeing where my journey goes with this particular story. As I said, I'm going to be doing a review on each of these games in the coming future, so if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We're going to be covering a lot on this particular series in the coming months. Well guys, there we have it. That was just a quick look at my Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel collection, having a bit of chat about it. And I hope you enjoyed checking out those alternative covers and just discovering how I came about getting into this particular series. Alright guys, I'm Gunnerus Gaming. Don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, fools. See you later.